notes. Twice 2x. Okay. Hello. Hi. It's good to see you again. So I looked at the chart and I see that you're here for a face skin exam. You've got some worries about like different spots, like maybe on your face, if they might be. We don't say the big C word here if we don't need to, but that's what you're worried about, right? Okay, so I know I'm not a board certified dermatologist, but we can refer you to one if we notice any imperfections or something that seems like it might be something we need to look at closer. So first I just need to verify some information. I know you, but you know, we gotta do it. So, your date of birth again? Okay. Full name. And, yeah. Address, current address. And that's in this town, right? Okay. And in this state. The zip code, yeah. All right. I just love this touch screen. Then again, I gotta sanitize my hands every 5 seconds. Okay. Let's see. Does it need anything else? What pharmacy, if I prescribe you anything, which I don't think I will, because I would mostly just refer you. But what pharmacy would we send any medications to? Should we need any change? Because we can still talk about, you know, your other medications today. See if you need a change in those. Okay. All right, and then there's a few. So, which one? Do you know the address or the phone number, fax number, any of that? Okay. You got the fax number? All right. Okay. Look at you, all handy. You got it all on deck. All right. And your phone number, just in case I need to contact you, or we need to contact you, or Cheryl at the front needs to contact you. All right, perfect. Let me move my stuff out of the way and I will get into the skin examination. I hope you don't mind that I'm seated for this. It's just a bit more comfortable for me. Okay. All right, I've sanitized my hands and I'm going to get out my gloves. All right. I know, aren't I cool? They gave me the cool black nitro ones. You're not allergic to latex or anything, although I think these ones are latex free. I mean, I feel like the days of latex covered gloves is a bit overdone. It's like if I lathered them in peanut butter. Like, why would you do that? There's just too many people that are intolerant. So I'm gonna take a closer look at your skin now. Let's see. Okay, so just hold still. I'm just gonna take a closer look right here. All right. I'm just gonna I'm not gonna touch my face with these, but just sort of palpate right here. I'm just going to be looking at your overall skin texture. I know we're looking at specific spots today, but I do want to look at any instances of dryness or redness on your skin. anything that, you know, could be leading to the spots for any reason. All right, let's go part by part. I'm going to look up at your scalp area because I know that's where we get a lot of blemishes and a lot of issues. Okay. All right, now I'm going to kind of go around the eyes. I do notice a little bit of dry eye, which, you know, we can always refer to ENT. Okay, and then are you tired this morning? I don't want to make it sound like I'm like, oh, you've got bags under your eyes, but I do notice some dark circles under the eyes, so maybe some more rest, or we are going to do, I'm going to order labs, by the way, and we're going to see if there's anything that you're deficient in. It could be vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin B12, who knows. But I just want to make sure that we have an overall playing field, right? Okay, now I'm going to go for the cheeks. Okay. Could you just like your skin is slightly sensitive. I notice when I sort of palpate on the skin, I do notice a bit of it's like reddening up a little bit. Would you say you have sensitive skin? I know I haven't really done this exam with you before, even though we have done physicals. Okay. Yeah. Do you notice if you use any sort of products on your skin that it sort of reddens up a little bit? Okay. All right. I'm just gonna put pressure right here. All right, so I'm noticing don't be worried. I am noticing some sunspots, and again, we are in a very sunny area, so it makes complete sense that you would have some sunspots. I get where your concern would come in for the, you know, the elephant in the room, the little like spots that you're noticing. I do see some what could be acne. Like I said, we can refer you to dermatology. I think we should, not because I'm worried that there is anything C-word going on. I would assume it's all benign, so I wouldn't get too worried. But just because there is some sun damage, and they can better refer you to how, you know, to go about your regimen, because just from what I can physically see, I would definitely say, here, one second, I would definitely see right about here. You see how there's like this discoloration and hyperpigmentation that you kind of see on the sides. That I would definitely say is a sign of sun damage, and it doesn't have to be deadly sun damage, but I mean, Sunshine State, we all kind of experience sun damage in some way, and those discoloration spots show me that I would definitely be putting on more sunscreen, especially facial sunscreen. I know some people have sensory issues. I know you've told me about sensory issues in the past. Some people don't like to put body sunscreen on their face, so I would recommend either, if you're wearing makeup to the beach, wear makeup with SPF inside, such as foundation, primers, or concealers. They can have SPF. You can also have a layer of SPF on top of your makeup, so don't be afraid to wear makeup to the beach, unless you're going to splash in the water and get it all. But definitely making sure that we are applying either a facial sunscreen or, in any case, a body sunscreen that can also work on the face, because the face is part of the body and the skin is an organ, right? And organs only can work with what they have, right? So I would definitely suggest for these spots right here, I mean, don't just put sunscreen on the sunspots, but it's kind of a lesson learned, right? To put sunscreen on the entire face. You know, you don't have to go until you're completely white in the face, but just definitely making sure that you're putting on a decent layer, or, you know, whatever the layer is that it says on the bottle, and maybe a higher SPF, even if it feels a little bit uncomfortable, maybe just a higher SPF, because you do seem like someone who does enjoy the beach that we are gifted and blessed with here in Florida. So maybe you just keep that in mind. All right, so I've done sort of an overall assessment. I do want to go back to those specific areas. And I'm going to put some pressure on, okay? I'm going to test for skin elasticity, and, you know, it's going to feel, it's not invasive, but it's going to feel a little personal, right? I'm kind of stretching your skin a little bit. So let's do right here. Okay. Alright, on the other side, I'm just going to push. Yeah. I don't want to worry you, because I do see a little bit of redness here. Then again, a lot of times when we are nervous, or, you know, we're in a situation, our body naturally responds. So you could just be, you know, blushing because of the things that I'm telling you, or the fact that I'm touching your face at all might be sending heat to your cheeks. All right. I do notice on your eyelid, you know, you've always had like hooded eyes, but I am noticing a little bit of sagging of these down into here. I just want to make sure that that's not hindering your vision at all. Okay. Because if it is, you know, insurance should cover it. Because it's not exactly cosmetic if it's blocking your eyes. And it's more so happening on this eye than this eye, right? It's more so on this. Okay. Yeah, because this one is not as hooded down onto the eye. Okay. And just taking a look here at the skin tone. At the top and on the bottom. I am noticing slight skin tone changes. I mean, I feel like, you know, like I said, you go in the sun a lot, and I do feel like you look tanner than the last time I saw you. But I'm definitely noticing like skin tone changes from place to place. I mean, we've talked about the sunspots. I'm definitely gonna refer you to dermatology, just because I know that little spots on your face can be a bit worrisome. Totally understandable. Down on the cheek and the jaw and the chin. And over here. Okay. And if there's any concerns that you have, you just let me know, okay? If you're like, hey, that feels a little strange, or hey, that feels a little off, just let me know. Okay. I'm just gonna write your nose. will say your skin does have very good elasticity. I don't want you to feel worried that, you know, self-conscious about anything. And it's definitely, I understand the concern. I understand the concern because, you know, you're at an age where, you know, it starts to get worrisome. And I know your family history under the, it says grandma had skin cancer. Then again, grandma probably grew up in a different time with less SPF and less indoor work constantly. Oh, really? Interesting. So yeah, just looking at, you know, family history, I totally understand. And, you know, you're seeing these little imperfections and you're like, what's going on? I totally get that. Okay. All right. I'm just going to take some final looks here. Because, you know, there's only so much primary can do. But it is important for me to get a sense. I do notice some dryness in the T-zone. And then some redness, like, right here. But luckily dermatology is going to assess all of that. It's so hard as human beings to not nitpick every single thing or change that our body goes through. We get used to how our body looks, and then all of a sudden as we get older it changes and we start to go, ooh, uh-oh. Because not all change is wrong. A lot of changes are natural. A lot of changes are benign, right? Sometimes changes in our body are not meant to be like. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna remove my gloves and sanitize my hands because you know I'm a sweaty gal. Well, you did great. You did great. I'm very happy that you were able to sit for me and just sort of stay still during our exam. I personally wouldn't freak out. I mean, for your comfort and for mine, I will refer you to dermatology just to make sure that nothing is going wrong. I mean, as we age, there's spots that show up all over our body, and they could be a freckle, they could be a mole, they could be a sunspot, they could be just sun damage, or they could be something that we don't want to hear about, right? But I wouldn't worry too much, and I would just wait for the referral to come in and definitely set up an appointment with him and see what's going on with your skin, and maybe he can assess it even further. So I thank you so much for coming in today. Yeah, I hope, you know, that if you have any other concerns that you can come to me as well and we can see what we can do. And if I need to refer you to anybody else. Are all your medications good so far for this month? I know we have one controlled. Okay. And we discussed the pharmacy, so I'll send it to that one. Okay. All right. Well, that seems like all. So I hope you have a good day.